So with all this data generated, where this data goes, so we need a lot of space to store this data. Every day, every lab is generating some data using sequences, and the sequences could be from Sanger sequencing, where when you do NCBI search, you find a lot of sequences. You just have to type the name of the gene you are interested in, and you will get a lot of nucleotide sequences. These sequences are generated in the lab in daily basis. So you need space to store those kind of sequences. Again, then there is database, let's say example of NCBI again, SRA, where you can submit your FASTQ sequences generated from NGS data analysis. And I hope you people know FASTQ, because in yesterday's session, the FASTQ format was covered. So having said that, when you need this kind of space, you need a proper channel, how to retrieve the sequence, how to submit the sequence. It's very difficult. You can see that it's not, I'm not talking about sequences in MBs or GBs. I'm talking about in terabytes, in petabytes, that kind of sequences, because whole world is generating the data. So you need data storage. First, data generation is done in the lab using the sequencers, then data storage is the thing. Now you have stored the data, but as a common man, as a common student, you don't have capability to analyze all those data. So what will you do? There comes the cloud solutions, where you can just rent cloud solutions like Amazon AWS or anything, whatever you need, and you install your software there, and you can just run all the sequencing. You can just retrieve the sequences or the data directly from the database into the cloud solutions, and you can just do your analysis. So that part is taken care of by cloud computing, cloud solutions. And then comes the visualization part. So you don't, so earlier we used to think that only laptop or computer is used to visualize the data, but now smartphones and tablets you can use just to visualize and go through the result very quickly. There are a lot of tools, but still it's a very naive field. So if you want to develop some applications for tablets and smartphone, there is a lot of ample of opportunity still exist in the market. You can think about that also. Then the security risk. So data can be directly from the samples, like uh, any sample, plant sample or animal sample, or it could be a patient data. And when we say that it's a clinical data or patient data, lot of information is attached to that data, and we don't want it to go to a wrong hand. So that causes a security risk. So we need to go by secure servers. We need to work on, let's say, blockchain, the next coming up technology, where everything will be converted to blockchain because of the security reasons. So after all these, you will go to data translation, that is the analyzing the data or the result you have got, and you will get a final report. You will discuss it with doctors, clinicians, or researchers. As a bioinformatician, it's your job to present the data to them. They don't know anything. They will believe you whatever you will. So it's very important to do a correct analysis and to be true with you. It's not like if you are under pressure and you are giving the result they want. No, it doesn't work like that. When you deal with all these kind of data, you can think of that a life is in your hand, just like a doctor. So if you give them the wrong result, the wrong interpretation, and they will go ahead with that, in clinical trials it could be harmful. So it's your, as a bioinformatician or as a data analyst, it's your responsibility to see the ethical part, also give the correct interpretation. So those reports will be discussed with clinician and researchers. And again, I say you can go ahead with other kind of things in that. But having said that, with all these kind of responsibility comes the problems. What kind of problems? What kind of algorithms you want to choose to analyze terabytes of data? So that is the first problem we will be thinking as a bioinformatician, as a software developer. So another is speed. It should not be like you have programmed code or made an algorithm which takes days and days of time. Speed is everything. You have everything in cloud. You have access to lot of RAM, access to high performance computing. You just need to modify your algorithms and your codes just to increase the speed of getting the results. Data storage is the another thing I already told you. uh, you might have heard sometimes that YouTube, just for an example, YouTube get a lot of videos every day, and they are sometimes they struggle with the storage of data. So they keep on in, improving their algorithm so that they can compress the data, and only the data which is, let's say I want some video, some bioinformatic video to be watched on YouTube, only that data from terabytes of data should come out of any of the storage servers and presented to you. So these kind of algorithms are made. Data exploitation is another way of analyzing the data. You can use AWS. And portability, just like I said, it should be available to everyone. If I don't have laptop, I have mobile, I will be able to see result. I won't be able to analyze the data on my mobile right now, but at least I should see the results. So yeah, it's a naive field you can think about. So going ahead, so what